Having a tough time scoring a second date? Well, relax, because help is on the way. Check out what these sexy singles had to say when it comes to the turn-ons and the turn-offs with dating. Check it out, some surefire tips to help you improve your game.
The turn off is when guys talk about themselves and the connections they have with all these clubs. I mean, I'm a girl, I have no trouble getting in the clubs.
All he did is talk about his ex. And that is such a turn off. It's when they make you feel so unwanted and you're just like, oh my God, he's talking about his ex again. And now he's comparing me to his ex.
Can we talk about anything else other than yourself?
I don't want to hear that. It's like, why am I even here?
Well, what I love on a date is when a boy, or man I should say, opens the door for me. I just think that's like the sweetest thing ever.
Going to a gamey, steamy old sports bar and watching hockey on TV, drinking a beer.
Wear too much makeup or over accessorize who they are. I'd rather you give it to me up front and let me know what I'm gonna wake up with in the morning.
She acts like she feels like she's doing you a favor by being seen in public with her. Can't stand that.
A turn on for me is when you're on a date with a guy and he just talks the entire time about himself.
I don't like on a date is when I'm sitting there and the check is here, it's sitting on the table, and then they go, oh, would you like me to help you?
When somebody's phone constantly goes off, when you get calls or text messages, kind of gives you that idea that they're not just exclusively dating you or they're not completely into you when they're checking their phones.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, I really like to want to take a girl out on a date and she can just be free to just flow however she wants.
The act of discovery, you know, when you're sort of feeling each other out and then you hit something and you really click on it.
The worst is if a girl compares me or asks me about a former relationship.
Don't talk about your exes, because it's not necessary.
It's somebody who tries to sell themselves to me. You know, I don't care what kind of car you drive, that's not important to me, but I want to know what you think about things.
You sort of can just sort of tell that they're really sort of looking at you and wondering just how much money you have and how much money you make. And
I care more about what you know, but not what you have. So
I find intelligence very sexy.
And then when I'm talking to him, I see him like, his eyes are checking out the waitress. Hello, hello, you're on a date with me, remember me, hello.
Vain guys, I just hate it.
That's not hot.
He says, I'll call you. And then he calls afterwards.
Turn on.
Like holding hands is a turn on, walking down the street, you know, laughing.
If she picks my food,
Let's do something really special. Let's have a picnic.
bit of a turn off.
Greek olives and special cheeses and of course a bottle of red wine and crackers and...
I'm a man, I think I know what I could eat.
Had a young man ask me out.
I just took you out here because, you know, to talk to you.
I leaned over the seat to kiss him.
Don't worry, nothing, you know, to have sexual relationships or anything like that. I'm just here to talk to you and everything, you know.
Yeah, it's very empowering.
Somebody who's just extremely cheesy. I hate cheese unless it's in a sandwich.
And she comes up to you just, you know, she doing all that and got all this going on and everything. You like, yo!
I wish I had a whistle.
I told the guy that I liked him, and he had this Zen thing. He was really into Zen Buddhism, and so he said, there is no truth. There's only thoughts, and your thoughts are not true. And I was like, why can't you just say you like me too?
And you don't crucify a man's band. So what happened was I said, I'm taking off one of these restrooms. I never came back.
And driving me home, he drove about 100 miles an hour. He was a real idiot.
Took her time to come out here, but she didn't take the time to brush her teeth. Not good.
And when I, you know, was gonna drop her off and walk her to her door, she pretty much just got out of the car right away.
My dating turn on would be somebody who's funny.
A turn on a date is probably when a girl shows up with condoms. I'm like, yes, you know, where's your trans band? Are they small?
So humor definitely is the way to go. It's a turn on. It makes me feel relaxed.
He says, tell me, what size are your boobs? Excuse me? You want to know what size my boobs are?
Turn off is bad table manners. I hate it when they don't know which fork to use in a restaurant.
And then like she's a real sloppy eater, you know, she's eating food, and it's like, it's getting all
You just eat too fast.
I want him to know. I want class.
I'm a little guy, what can I tell you? I like big breasts. I said, well, I like big, you know what, too.
So I meet her at the bar. She's standing with a Fat Tire, my favorite beer. And I say, how can I go wrong? She's gorgeous. She's got a Fat Tire in her hand, and she buys me a drink. That's a turn on.
Like he caressed my neck and grabbed my head, pulled it forth, and gave me that long, hard, firm kiss.
I thought if someone's gonna have to kiss someone, it's gonna have to be me. Because she was so shy. And then all of a sudden she reached over and grabbed my jean jacket and gave me the most incredible kiss. It ended up being a really wonderful evening.
No tongue. He told me to use any tongue, and no tongue is very important.
Now, a turn on is good hygiene, you know, somebody who smells good.
Wearing a good cologne does make all the difference in the world.
Somebody that smells good, I think that's important.
They compliment me when they tell me, oh, you look beautiful today, or oh, I like your hair, or your smile, or you have beautiful dimples. That turned me on.
Somebody who has really bad grammar, really doesn't know how to articulate their feelings, someone who doesn't look me in the eye.
And a turn off is when you answer your cell phone and I'm talking to you. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you're out there. You're probably watching.